His father had married several wives before his death, and after his death, Zina took him together with her to Abeokuta due to the fact that one of the sons of the late husband wants to marry her. Jẹ́ sọ ní Yorùbá, ìkan lára àwọn ọmọ kan tó kú fẹ́ Zinat. Levirate marriage is the type of marriage in which the brother of a deceased man is obliged to marry his brother's widow. But this time around, it's not even the brother to the deceased. It is actually one of the sons of the deceased. Remember I said the man got married to a lot of wives. The mother came from Agedegbe family in Abeokuta. Those days before you enroll for primary schools, your finger must touch your ear. But due to financial instability and the death of his dad, he ran away from home to hustle in Adaton area of Abeokuta, then to Lagos and back to Kuto. His lifestyle did not suit that of his mom, so she thought of taking him to welfare. Upon hearing of his mother's intention of taking him to welfare is more like a correctional institution, especially a custodial homes, where the reformation, rehabilitation, and reintegration of delinquent juveniles takes place. He ran away to Mile 12 in Lagos, but he wasn't into conductor business anymore. He got involved in the business of feet washing in the market for those whose legs were dirty from the hustling and bustling of transporting peppers and tomatoes, just like this. According to oral evidence given by him, he said despite all of this and his role of being a conductor in the street, he has never joined any of his contemporaries to smoke India hemp, take cigarettes, or even take alcohol. He shocked you as he shocked me too. He said then he used to sleep outside, no home, no shelter. From that, he got so ill that it took him 1 year and 9 months to be okay. His legs could not fold and he was decaying at that time. But with local concussion and the help of an herbalist, he was treated by Baba Atufata, still that same Kuto area of Abeokuta, Isale Kuto to be precise. After he got healed, he moved back to Oshodi. He already joined those who were training boxing at the same time, a heavyweight gym lifter. While growing up, he said he used to make use of an extrajudicial tactics to extort game and wash game. He was among those Omonile who claimed to be one of the indigenous residents and collect certain amount from entertainers who come into the neighborhood to perform. One cannot help but to ponder on whose authority these individuals operate on, as some even resort to violence, behavior and intimidation in a bid to get paid. From 1996 to 1999, Marwa, the military governor of Lagos State during his administration, he implemented lots of programs, which includes Operation Sweep, a joint police and military venture that helped reduce Lagos' notorious crime. Most importantly to this story was that he banned national union and created association. This was how Musiliu and his entourage started working for the association leaders, Baba Daniel and Omoyo. Musiliu and his people were made the association leaders of Oshodi. That was how he joined this profession. From his conductor business and other extrajudicial charges outside, he got himself a boss and fully got involved into transportation business. He was made unit treasurer and later branch chairman until he became the state chairman. He's popularly known as Msoluomo Musiliu Akisoya, and he has come to mean many things to different people. However, he is convinced that he has a lot of impact on many lives, although he has made it clear that only few people who are close to him really get to know the kind of carefree person that he is. Despite negative comments about him by the same contemporaries, the role of NURTW chairman isn't a joke thing here in Nigeria, most especially in Lagos. He has been alleged of killing and been attributed to many atrocities by the same counterpart. The Lagos State NURTW chairman has been in the spotlight of numerous occasions of allegations of violence, relationship, and low-profile education. But with all of this, he made sure all of his children school abroad, to the point at which MC Oluomo and his family were guests at the Georgia State Government House on the invitation of the state governor. MC Oluomo has been trending online for a whole lot of things. However, any issue relating to the union in Lagos State has always been affiliated to him. We're being granted an opportunity to interview him. I asked if he had heard about any allegations or all the accusations, and he replied, first, he said no one is perfect. Secondly, he said if you are in this world and nobody is talking about you, then you are dead. And thirdly, he said if you are focusing more on the negative news on social media, you could have high level of BP. And at the end of the day, nobody will follow him to his grave. He added that most of the people that are abusing him do come on his page begging for money.
Ibo la ti rí mi tí mo ti kọ statement mortuary. Court wo lọ gbé mi lọ fún mortuary because my name and the kind of job tí mo ń ṣe I ti believe pé ìkọ̀kọ̀ ìgbàkan okay ibi tí mo ti ń bá life mi bọ̀ láti kékeré till now why ọlọ́wọ́ bá gọ́ sùn yìí pé kéèyàn kọ́ pààyàn kó dẹ̀ máa lọ kó dẹ̀ máa grow káṣírí ẹ̀ dẹ̀ máa bòyàn kó gbàkàwó kan o ti understand because ẹni tó bá pààyàn wọn máa padà pa láṣìírí you understand this say.
There are a lot of words that my mouth cannot even venture into yet, but despite all of this same man made use of all of his influence and affluence to sponsor all of his children abroad. His mother could not afford to send him to school, but he did not allow that to repeat itself again. Hate him or like him, he played the role of a good parent. While some might see him as their benefactor, some sees him as their antagonist. As a matter of fact, most of we Nigerians don't like him at all because of what we hear about him. A man with low level of education has employed lots of graduates and they are working for him today. Irony of life. We all have different perspective on how we see this man. Section 39 of the 1999 Constitution provides that every person shall be entitled to freedom of expression, including freedom to hold opinions and to receive and impart information without interference. Before you say anything, just know I'm an historian, and as well I'm a town crier with just a mile bell. Lagos State Government appointed MC Oluomo, which is the former chairman of the state chapter of National Union of Road Transport Workers, as the chairman of its park management committee. The state government, however, justified the decision, saying that it was aimed at restoring sanity and to ensure that the events of the NURTW are not allowed to threaten law and order.
Mọ́tò a máa ń to mọ́tò gba ẹ̀yìn ọ̀hún pé ní dáfó yẹn a máa ra bọ́tì lọ́tọ̀ ra gbogbo ẹ̀ lọ́tà máa tó bó ṣe bá rà ní títì nígbà yẹn a máa wá dírẹ́sì ẹ̀ sọdọ̀ nínú àwọn owó kọ̀lọ́tọ̀ tí mo rí gbà yẹn mo fi máléjì ara mi mo fi àti àwọn owó táwọn yẹn fún wa níta pé wọ́n lé association àwọn aláwọ̀ máa wà bẹ́ẹ̀ táwọn union fi ṣiṣẹ́.